Hello, my name is Mary Crawford, and this is my story, my philosophy. So my story starts in Huntsville, Alabama. The first 10 years of my life were rough. I lived in a very abusive, low-income household, but I found my escape through school and dance. I have been dancing since I was 7, and it has been the driving force of my life. I moved in with my grandma when I was 10, finally getting away from the previous abusive situation. I primarily did ballet. Ballet is one of the most structured dance forms that there is. And in my studio, certain people weren't allowed to be in the ballet program, and I was unsure of why. This comes into play a bit later. However, in 2014, my grandma and I moved to Fort Worth, Texas to live with my uncle. This was really hard for me because I was leaving everyone and everything that I knew. However, it was also a chance for a fresh start. I began high school at Timber Creek and started at a new dance studio called King and Roberts. I spent 2 years at this studio. I started point ballet here and also did lyrical. Now, while that was nice, I felt like I was not getting anywhere. At this studio, if you didn't grow up there, then you weren't really accepted. I was excluded from several dances because I didn't know certain dance moves, but they never taught me them. This made me very angry because I felt everyone should be included no matter what. The teachers had favorites and nothing was based on talent. Also at this time, before transferring to a new studio, I began struggling with my academic focus. Growing up, I had believed that I would go into the science field as my career, but I no longer had a passion for science anymore. I had a long conversation with my dance teachers at school, whom I became close with. She mentioned that I should be a dance teacher because it was what I had been doing the longest, and she could see that it was something that I loved to do. So after 2 years at this studio, I finally transferred to Dana's Studio of Dance. This was a studio that my high school teacher had recommended, and I began excelling instantly. I finally felt my passion for dance again. I spent 2 years in this new studio, as well as my last 2 years of high school. Finally graduating and looking into colleges, I found Texas Women's University. Starting here is where I finally discovered my philosophy, what I wanted to do as a dance teacher. Here at TWU, everyone is welcome and there's a high focus on the idea that anyone can dance. This is very inspiring to me because seeing people and being excluded my whole life because of how they or I looked or moved is really upsetting. And I have since vowed that as a dance teacher, no matter who it is, dancing includes everyone. Because dance is an art, and anyone can create art, even the smallest of beings. This is my story. Thank you for listening.